let's head north today. We're going to Canada to find some hidden travel gems.
Hidden gems.
Yeah. Places most tourists don't visit.
Ah, the off-the-beaten-path kind of spots.
Exactly. That's why we're diving into this document you gave me. It's called Canada.txt.
Interesting. I'm curious, what kind of journey are you hoping for?
I want to experience the real Canada. Coast to coast. Not just the typical tourist stuff.
Sounds like you want to discover the heart of Canada.
Yes. This source is like our secret map. Think swimming in turquoise caves. Or how about a cocktail with a really strange ingredient?
Strange.
Oh, you'll see. We'll get to that. But first, let's start with what the document calls secret nature escapes.
Okay, let's see. Oh, the Grotto in Bruce Peninsula National Park. It's a turquoise cave. You can swim in it, even go cliff jumping.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cliff jumping?
Yeah, right there in the cave.
I don't know about that. I'm not really a cliff jumper.
Well, this source says there are different heights. You could start small. Plus, it's right on Georgian Bay. That's got to be beautiful.
Okay. You've convinced me. The Grotto is going on my list. Now, I see something here about Haida Gwaii, also called the Queen Charlotte Islers, I think.
Ah, yes, Haida Gwaii. It's on the west coast. It's an archipelago.
Archipelago, right. So what's the big deal about it?
Well, it's more than just scenery. The Haida people have lived there for centuries. Their art, stories, everything. It's part of who the islands are.
Wow. So it's like a living, breathing museum of Haida culture.
You could say that. And the forests. Ancient cedar trees, some of the oldest in the entire world.
I bet those forests have some stories to tell.
Definitely. The document even mentions untouched beaches there. Imagine that. Untouched beaches.
Untouched. I wonder if the Haida people used those beaches for anything in particular.
Well, I'm sure they did. Everything from food to travel. They were amazing fishermen and navigators. The ocean was vital to them.
I had no idea. This is exactly what I was looking for in this duck dive. So we've got scenery, forests, beaches, and tons of culture.
And we got some lively towns, too, ready for something a little different.
Absolutely. Take me there. What have we got?
Lunenburg, Nova Scotia, a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Whoa. Hold on. UNESCO.
It's because of the colonial architecture and its maritime history. It's really well preserved.
So, when we walk down the streets, we're walking through history.
Pretty much. And there are colorful houses all along the coast, a busy harbor, lots of restaurants.
Ooh, restaurants. Did I hear something about Lunenburg fish cakes?
You can't go to Lunenburg without trying the fish cakes. Now, get this. Ready for a total contrast. Dawson City, Yukon. It's like stepping back in time to the gold rush. Wooden sidewalks, old saloons, the whole deal.
Okay, you're talking my language. Now, this is one I've been wanting to hear about. This sour toe cocktail. Is it really as weird as it sounds?
Weird. Oh, it's definitely unique. Imagine a drink with a mummified human toe in it.
Ew, a toe? Really?
Yep. And to be a true sour tour, you have to let the toe touch your lips when you drink. It's like a Dawson City ritual.
Okay, I think I'll pass on that one. I'll just enjoy the historical vibes. So what about some of these landscapes this document talks about?
Landscapes.
Okay.
Like Spotted Lake.
Yeah, Spotted Lake. What makes it so special? It's in the Okanagan Valley, right?
Right. British Columbia. And get this, it has a super high concentration of minerals. In the summer, when the water
Evaporates.
Yeah, it leaves behind these pools of minerals. And they change colors, depending on the sunlight,
Okay.
And what minerals are there.
So it's like a natural kaleidoscope. It's almost too cool to believe, but I feel like there's got to be more to it.
Oh, there is. Spotted Lake is a sacred site for the Okanagan Silex people, the First Nations community who live there.
Wow. So it's not just a pretty site?
Nope. They believe those colorful spots have healing powers. They've been using the mud there for medicinal purposes for, forever.
It's amazing how nature and culture are so connected. Okay, so what about this Mingan archipelago? I'm kind of obsessed with the pictures. Limestone just rising out of the sea.
Yes, Quebec. Imagine kayaking there, surrounded by those limestone monoliths.
Monoliths, so dramatic.
I know, right? And all sculpted by nature. Wind and waves over centuries. And get this, tons of wildlife there too. Puffins, seals.
Wait, did you say puffins? Okay, you have my full attention now. This is definitely going on the list. But have people always lived in this area?
Oh yeah, and new communities have been there for thousands of years. The islands provided them with everything: food, resources, even inspiration for their stories.
Wow, I mean, we're talking about landscapes that literally shaped lives and cultures, right?
Yeah,
That's
sure.
incredible. Okay, so I'm ready to time travel. Give me some history and culture.
Time travel. Perfect. Let's go to Ste. Marie among the Hurons.
Ste. Marie among the Hurons. Where's that one?
Ontario. It's a recreated 17th century French mission. You can see how those early missionaries lived and how they interacted with the Huron-Wendat people.
A recreated mission. That's so cool. It really makes you think, about what it must have been like back then.
Yeah. Such a complex time, a mix of new ideas and cultures, and conflict, too. It's all there at Ste. Marie among the Hurons. You can explore it all.
So where to next?
How about Fogo Island?
Fogo Island.
It's in Newfoundland, known for its beauty. And it's this cool mix of fishing villages and modern architecture.
Oh, I've seen pictures like traditional houses on the cliffs, and then that amazing Fogo Island Inn. So modern and striking. It's like a perfect blend of old and new, all in one place.
It really is. But, fishing has always been a big part of life there. It's their history, their culture.
Yeah. Makes you wonder what it's like for the people who live there now, with the fishing industry changing and all.
Definitely. It's a challenge for many coastal communities, trying to balance their heritage with the modern world.
It's a story we hear a lot. Well, I'm definitely feeling the wanderlust now. But before we all pack our bags, we should probably talk about being responsible travelers, especially when we're going to these unique places.
Absolutely. Your source talks a lot about that, especially with places like Haida Gwaii or the Mingan Archipelago. They're remote and super fragile.
Right. So what can our listeners do? How do we make sure we're being respectful?
Research. You got to do your research. Before you even think about booking those flights, every place has different rules, guidelines you have to follow.
So, like, what kind of things are we talking about?
Well, take Haida Gwaii. They're really protective of the islands, to keep them pristine and to respect the Haida people.
Makes sense.
You need permits to visit, and you have to go with a licensed tour operator. It's all about being mindful,
Right. Not just leaving no trace physically, but like culturally too, right?
Exactly. Don't mess with the environment. Don't disrespect any cultural sites. Just be a good visitor.
Seems pretty straightforward. So what else can we do?
Support the local economy. Stay in locally owned places. Eat at local restaurants. Buy souvenirs from local artisans.
So like making sure our tourist dollars actually benefit the people who live there.
Exactly. It's about giving back to the community, not just taking from it.
Okay, I like that. Now let's be real for a second. When we talk about Canada, we got to talk about the weather, right?
Oh, definitely. Pack for everything. Even in summer, it can be all over the place.
Layers, layers, layers. That's what I always say.
Yep. Lightweight shirts, a fleece or two, waterproof stuff for sure. And don't forget good shoes. You'll be doing a lot of walking.
Good point. And what about safety, especially in remote areas? Like if we go to Haida Gwaii or the Mingan Archipelago.
Always check the weather before you do anything.
Mm.
And let someone know where you're going. Oh, and pack a first aid kit.
Safety first. Smart thinking. Wow. After all this, I'm so ready to explore Canada.
Me too. I love these hidden gems. They give you a whole new way to see the country. It's not just about the famous spots,
It's about the stories and the people and the unexpected things you discover along the way.
Exactly. So I hope everyone listening is feeling inspired to get out there and explore.
Ooh, I like that. It doesn't even have to be a far-off place. Maybe there's something amazing right in your own backyard.
Yeah, maybe a hidden trail. Or a weird museum. Or an amazing restaurant that no one knows about.
You never know what you'll find until you look.
The important thing is to stay curious.
Yeah.
Keep exploring.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And hey, maybe one day we'll feature your hidden gem on the deep dive. But until then, happy travels, everyone. Keep that adventurous spirit alive.